So CM Punk is in more drama. How shocking. I want to first start off by saying CM Punk is one of my favorite wrestlers. And I don't want to bash him, but some of the stuff that he does is just like, come on. So apparently, he decided to go on an Instagram story and call out Dave Meltzer and Moxley and TK and all of that for saying that Moxley didn't want to lose to him on that night of, the squash match that happened on Wednesday's Dynamite. And Moxley wanted to do the Rocky 3 situation where just like how Rocky got his ass beat in the beginning and then came back and won. And that's what John Moxley wanted to do, which was happening. Which made sense because Moxley put him over in CM Punk's hometown. So I didn't see what the issue was. And it just didn't make any sense to me. And then he goes on to tell that TK was like getting upset and he had to do it and he had to do whatever the boss said, and even though he wasn't clear to wrestle. And honestly, we give TK a lot of shit, but you cannot fucking tell me that TK was like, you gotta go out even though you're not cleared. That is lawsuits. TK knows better than that. There's no way he would have let him go out knowing that he wasn't cleared, especially the amount of money that Tony Khan puts in and invested in CM Punk. There's no way he would have let him go out there if he wasn't 100%. So he can't blame TK for what was going on. He was injured and he was cleared to wrestle. If he wasn't, then TK wouldn't have let him go out there. So I don't know why he's making a whole big mess about this thing. And then you call out Moxley when, freaking Renee is one of your best friends, and you call him out as if he's this bad guy. Meanwhile, Moxley was carrying the company after you pulled that little stunt and all out. It just didn't make any sense to me. And everybody's on CM Punk's side and they're picking sides. Obviously, it's a he said, she said, or he said situation. But I cannot go with CM Punk after all the stuff that he's been saying, all the lies. You remember like when the whole all out situation happened and the brawl happened, he said that his dog Larry got a tooth taken out from the whole situation, which turned out to be a whole lie. So it's hard to even be on Punk's side after all the stuff that he's been saying beforehand. Like I said, it's a he said situation. Dave Meltzer, Chris Jericho, the whole situation. But the biggest point to me was him saying that Tony Khan had him go out there even though he wasn't cleared to wrestle. TK would never do that. That would make zero sense. That is extreme lawsuits, especially since he got injured again, quote unquote, during the match. So that would have been another lawsuit. So definitely he wouldn't have let Punk go out there if Punk wasn't ready. So I don't understand what his big issue is. He always has something to go on. And I know I'm sounding like I don't like Punk, and that's not the truth. I love Punk, but some of the shit that he does just doesn't make any sense to me. I was excited for him to finally come back to AEW and finally wrestle again. And as soon as it was close to happening, he finds a way to fuck shit up, and I don't even know what it's looking like now. I want him back, and I really do miss him wrestling because, let's be honest, AEW is better when CM Punk is on there. They don't need him, but it's actually a big draw, and it's always good to see CM Punk on TV.